There's no combination of words I could put on the back of a postcard. No song that I could sing, but I can try for your
All right, so we're going to go down the steps. And they're branding and marketing. Hello, young lady.
Hello.
We're going to go buy the air conditioner, and there should be a sticker there that says Move Mountain. So let's see. Website's no good anymore, but look, here's the air conditioner. And here we go. And look at what it says. Move Mountain, and it shall move. Website's not any good anymore. It says get paid to make money. Move Mountain, and it shall move. So I'm going to tell you a little story about moving mountains in a second. Alright, we're up here at the Jefferson House, and a giant floating picnic table boat is coming in. So it's the type of boat where you don't really go fast, sort of float around. You know, at the YMCA, the senior citizens, when they don't really do any swimming, they just sort of float around, and we call them tea bags because they just sort of float around in the pool. So that's what these floating picnic table boats do. They're not really built for speed, they're built for picnics, hence the name picnic table boat. Great day here at the Lake Kapakon, summer of 2016. The Pay Attention Film marketing team. It's all about branding and marketing. And I will tell you the story about Move Mountain as soon as they bring me my iced tea.
Really? You feel the haze? Yeah. Yes.
So I'm up here at Lake Kapakon doing a little reading about how to fund your film. It's called The Art of Film Funding, Alternative Financing Concepts. And there's a net with money butterflies, and it's by Carol Lee Dean. Really good. All right. So I'm going to read you the back of the book that you guys should all buy if you want to make a movie and actually figure out how to do it and pay for it. So have you ever found money hidden in pages of a book? Here's your chance. In this new and updated edition of The Art of Film Funding, veteran fundraiser and filmmaker Carol Dean tells you everything you need to know to get your film project off the ground. This book should be a centerpiece for every filmmaker's library and financing strategy. And then this attorney, Mark Lickleck, says Dean assembled insights and wisdom that will prove immensely useful to filmmakers in search of funding. So I would get the book, you guys. At least that would be my suggestion if you want to make a movie and actually have funding to pay for it. So while I was having lunch up here on Lake Kapakon, a boat smashed into another boat. They're over there somewhere doing their paperwork. And guess what? They weren't paying attention. So, you know, our film is called Pay Attention. So when you're driving a boat on Lake Kapakon and there's another boat by you, since boats don't have brakes, you got to pay attention. The Pay Attention film crew, Lake Kapakon, summer 1919. Summer 2016. Remember, always pay attention. Payattention.biz. Alright, so we're leaving for the day. These are the boats at the dock at the Jefferson House. So I want to tell you the story of the bumper sticker about the Move Mountain and it shall move. So I had a friend of mine a few years ago who was a $100,000 a month earner in a company he used to be with. His name was Jimmy. And he was telling the story when he was a little kid. That when he was a little kid, he was I guess a Baptist, and every time the church was open, he was there with his family. This was, many, many years ago. So one Sunday service, the preacher was talking about if you have the faith as great as a grain of mustard seed, that you could say to a mountain, move, and the mountain will move. So after church one day, there was a mountain behind him, Mirror Mountain, and he said, move, mountain, and it didn't move. And he said, move, mountain, and it didn't move. And he said, move, mountain, I believe, move, mountain, and it didn't move. So he went back to church and he said, preacher, you lied to me. And he said, how's that, Jimmy? He said, well, you said if I had the faith of a grain of mustard seed, that a mountain would move, and it didn't move. He said, well, Jimmy, your faith wasn't big enough. And I thought he thought that preacher had lied to him. So he said when he grew up, he realized that he didn't, because he realized that if he had that kind of faith, he could go out there and make, several $1 million, maybe $100 million. He could buy that mountain. He could then buy some earth movers and blow up that mountain and move it with big moving trucks. So he realized that if you had faith the size of a grain of mustard seed, you could actually move that mountain. And that's what we do. We teach people to have faith, to believe in themselves, to create leverage, and to find a vehicle to follow their dreams and move their mountain, whatever it is. So over and out from Lake Hopatcong, summer of 2016. Remember, always pay attention. Subscribe to our video newsletter, and we will see you inside.